Hello guys, Namaskar, I'm Ronit and welcome back to my channel The Bong Connection. So I'm back here with a review of a newly released film by the name Mimi. So you guys know that this film released this year and this is one of the first films that I'm watching this year, to be frank. There are a lot of other films that we watched, but after a long time I'm watching a Bollywood film. Didn't even watch Hasim Dilruba yet, so I have to watch it. But I wanted to watch Mimi. From the time I saw the trailer, I was like, I have to watch this. So yesterday I watched it with my parents and my cousin sister, and it was a ride. It was a ride full of love, full of emotions, different emotions, and I think this is definitely one of the best films this year. Uh, Not one of the, I will say, best film till date for this year, to be frank, and it will be very hard for the upcoming films to top it, because the performances, the story, and everything about this film is just magical. So let's begin with the story. I think the story of this film is very unique. First of all, I'm not saying very unique because there are other films in the West and also in other regions of our country. They have already done it, and it's actually a remake of a Marathi film. Uh, that's why I'm saying that it's already shown in our other regions, but it's not that popular. That film was not that popular. But I have also researched, and that film has actually great ratings. It's a beautiful film. I have heard and have read the reviews of it as well. At the same time, I appreciate that Bollywood is remaking films which are needed to be heard. This is the kind of story people need to know. And a very fresh concept, surrogacy, which is not really popular here in India. It's only because of Shah Rukh Khan and Amir Khan that we get to know that surrogacy is a thing, right? They were the first people, they were the first celebrities here in India that they who actually did that, went ahead and did surrogacy and got a child. So that's why it was written in the newspapers. Everybody was reading it in newspapers, and I was very intrigued for the first time. That was the first time I also got to know about it, IVF and everything else about it. So the concept itself was very fresh. I love the fact that in the first 10 to 15 minutes they explain the whole thing, first in the technical terms and then in a layman's from a layman's perspective. I love that, and they explained it in a very beautiful way that anybody will understand. Though they added a little bit of humor to it, but it made sense. It made sense. That was a really beautiful example, especially if you see the scene between Pankaj Tripathi and Kriti Shanon's characters. They were explaining, and it was beautiful. And then let's come to the, I think the story was beautifully told. The way it flowed was very natural, which is perfect. There were a little bit of twists as well. Though we all knew, most of us knew what was going to happen in the end. We all predicted it, but at the same time, there were really good surprises here and there, which made me glued to the screen, and that made me root more for the film, you know. And let's talk about the characters now. The characters are definitely the life of the film. And I'm not talking about only Pankaj Tripathi and Kriti Shannon. They were outstanding in what they did, but I couldn't also take my eyes off the other supporting characters. This is one of those films where all the supporting characters shined through and through. Be it Manoj Bawa and Supriya Pathak as the mom and dad of Kriti Shannon, or the doctor played by Jaya Bhattacharya. He was really natural. Then there is the foreigner couple, Aiden Whittock, played by Aiden Whittock and Evelyn Edwards. They did a great job. I was really surprised by them because especially you usually don't get to see such nuanced performances from the foreign actors, because usually they're very weak. This is the second time I'm really blown away by the performances of a foreign actor in an Indian film, apart from the the actress who played Sue in Rang De Basanti. She was very natural. She blew me off, blew me over in that film. After that, this is definitely one of those performances which was very natural, especially Evelyn Edwards. I think she did a phenomenal job. Her Hindi was as impeccable as her performance. So yeah, my mom was like, throughout the whole film, she was like, she's so beautiful. Oh my god, she is so beautiful. Like she couldn't take my mom couldn't take my her eyes off Evelyn. Apart from that, there was the little kid who was also learning music. From Manoj Bawa's character. He did a really phenomenal job. He had a very small role, but he added a comic relief to to the film, and he had some really great lines. And then comes Kriti Shannon's, Mimi's friend, played by Sai Tamhankar. This is the first time I think I'm seeing her play any role, and she was so natural. She has, and I was just doing research and I saw that she also acted in many Marathi films, and no wonder she's already an established actress. So she was really good, and she's the kind of, her character was so good, so good, and such an important character you need to have in your life, right? She was the string which was keep like encouraging Mimi's character, giving her the support, the much needed help, the relief, the shoulders which you need, in term whenever you're going through a crisis. And she was just amazing. She was natural and she did a great job. Now let's go to the main characters, played by Pankaj Tripathi and also Kriti Shannon. I think both of them were stupendous in their job. They did amazing. Pankaj Tripathi, I don't need to say anything about Pankaj Tripathi. He is natural in whatever he is given. Actors like Pankaj Tripathi, Irfan Khan, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Vikrant Masse, Ayushmann Khurrana, they can pull off any role. Any role. And no matter how bad the film is, doesn't matter, they will always shine. And you know that they are the most dependable actors we have in the industry. So I had no qualms that he will play this character with very much ease. And he did that. He went into the character like it was him, who was Bhanu, and Bhanu Pratap Singh, and he was hilarious. There was a childlike innocence to him in very many scenes. At the same time, he's the kind of character who's very endearing, and you know that you can approach him, you can talk to him, and he will be your best friend. So he was just an amazing character. My mom and dad fell in love with him. This is like one of those roles which makes you ask, if you don't know him as an actor, it will make you question, who is this actor? So my father and mother don't have a great memory, so I keep on forgetting about these roles. My father has seen him in other movies as well, like Super 30. My mom has seen him play the principal in Neel Bhatte Sannata, but they forgot about him. And all of a sudden, when I reminded them there's some Pankaj Tripathi and he's playing the role, they are like, wow, yes, he's such a great actor. Like, now I remember him. So his role was very important in the film. I'm so glad that he got to play the lead character, the lead actor. He was not the romantic lead, which we all were thinking he might be. I'm glad they did that. They kept his character, the lead character, without giving it a romantic angle. And I love that. I really, really appreciated that. At the same time, Kriti Shannon. This is the first time I should not say Shannon, it's Sanon, Kriti Sanon. She was awesome. She was actually, she surprised me with her acting ability in this film, and I was really, really impressed with whatever she did from the beginning to the end. The fact that she was playing this small town girl who had big dreams of going to Bollywood, she played that character very well. Like, she had so many, like, we could see the sparkle in her eyes when she was talking to the poster of Ranveer Singh, and she was playing like, jaane dena, chhod de, jana hai mere ko, and all. So those small nok jokes that she was doing, the kind of conversation she was having with the posters, it could come off as cheesy, but it didn't. It seemed and felt very normal and natural. So that's when you know that this actress is doing a great job. Apart from that, that scene when she got the baby in her hands for the first time in the hospital, the way she was looking at the baby, the emotions, you could see the range of emotions going through her face. My dad went like, whoa, good job. He said that, like, he pointed that out, because he's also into these actresses. Like, my dad has this notion, your dads and moms, usually they always say that the actors from the past are the best, and I don't really disagree with them. I know that there were really good quality actors back in the days, but they often take the actors from today's generation for granted. So my dad and I always have this debate that today's actors, and he says that today's actors are not that great, we don't really know about these actors, who are they and all. But he actually liked Kriti Sanon in this film, and that was the first time he saw Kriti Sanon, and he was blown away. He liked her so much that he couldn't stop. He liked this whole film so much that he couldn't stop talking about it with his colleagues, with his friends. And when you see my dad is doing that, he definitely has loved this film, loved the film. So know that quality film comes with so much love. At the same time, I think these were the characters. I think everybody did a fabulous job here. Kriti Sanon really pulled off a great one. I think the emotional scene, she did a great job. Especially that scene in front of the mirror where she's like putting makeup, but it's like all over the place, and she busts out crying, and you can feel that pain which she's getting from being pregnant, at the same time the pain from the emotions in her heart. She's heartbroken that she cannot pursue her dreams. You could see those emotions flow throughout her face. That was fantastic. That scene was fantastic. Overall, this film was such a roller coaster ride of emotions. It went from funny to emotional to depressing, at the same time, again coming out beautifully, and it gave us a message. I think my mom and dad also shed some tears. I couldn't see because I was totally into it, and usually I cry in these films. Like, I don't really care who is around me. If I'm like very emotional, I start crying, and I was on the verge of tears, but I didn't cry. So, but it did. Especially the second half of this film really surprised me. I was like, wow. Usually you are blown away from the first half, and the films from nowadays, the second half usually falters, but it did create like the second half was really strong. Even the kid, let's not forget about the kid. The kid, who was the kid who played, I have to see the name of the kid. I definitely have to give it to the kid. The kid was so natural. Like, wow, the way he acted with the emotions, that scene where he was showing the painting to his mom, and he could see that his mom is not happy, and he asked that, "Mummy, क्या हुआ मम्मी? क्या आप खुश नहीं हो मेरी पेंटिंग देखकर?" जिस तरीके से उसने बोला, I was like, wow, this kid is a genius, and he's definitely the next, the Shield Safari, the Shield Safari, right? The Shield Safari. So I think I'm saying the name wrong. Anyway, guys, it just goes to show that each and every character in this film, even Pankaj Tripathi's wife and his mother, played by the actors who played them, they were really good. Like, they also stood out for me. All the actors were like phenomenal. This film is a bundle of joy, which you should definitely not miss. And I think the musical score, sorry, I forgot about the musical score. A.R. Rahman's music definitely was one of the main reasons you should watch this film. Rihai, Hututu, and Param Sundari stood out from me, and I think they are, even this last song, Rockabye Baby, which I thought was the rehearsed version, but then I listened to it and I thought that was way better than the Rockabye version, which I know. Rockabye Baby, Rockabye. So yeah, I thought that was the version, and then I thought, oh, it's the Desi version, it's way better, way cooler, because I could relate to it. So yeah, all the songs, the music composed by A.R. Rahman stood out for me. Overall, this film has so much to offer, and it's for every family to watch. So much to learn, so much to get inspired from, and it's about motherhood. It celebrates motherhood like no other. And yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to watch this film again, and this film deserves a lot of awards. So guys, put a thumbs up for this film. If you guys liked this review, please put a thumbs up. Comment all your thoughts and suggestions. Let me know what you thought about this film if you have already watched it. And please subscribe to my channel. I will be seeing you guys again. Until then, ciao.